Okay, in this video we're basically going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to make a giant snowman. Keep it a Christmas theme kind of thing. Right. In the lathe I have a piece of Leylandii, which, believe it or not, is actually gorgeous wood. I've already rounded it off, stuck it in a chuck. Right, it's 15 inches long and it's 5 inches thick. Right, so this one's just a bit of fun really, and keeping with the Christmas theme. So we'll get on with this, and all the measurements I'm going to have to do manually, but as with most things I'm going to do it by eye, because you can measure things so that they're perfect, or you can do things so that they look right to your eye. So that will be the head. That will be the next one. Next one on the base somewhere down there, maybe. Yeah, so we'll get going on this and we'll see how it goes. Right. Now the hat is going to be a separate piece, and of course the eyes I'm going to have to make. Eyes and the buttons, but I'll show you a trick for that. It's actually a trick I spotted on, I seen on an old Mike Walt video. So a trick for the eyes, or it works on anything you want to make it turn into a dowel, which is what I'll be doing. Right then, try and keep it the same kind of system. Middle, middle. Right. If you have a system that works, you've seen my system, don't change it. Stick with it. Right, remember, wood turning is doing the same cuts in the same way every time. That's how you get your muscle memory. These ones I'm just doing bigger. As I said, it's a bit of fun. Now what I'm trying here is I'm just checking out a shape, because the head is going to be smaller, right? Because you've seen me do snowmen before, and you know the way I like to do them is the head is the smallest, this is the next, and this is the next. So I'm just trying out shapes here at the moment. Right, there we have a rough head. Right, this one I want slightly smaller. Right, as I said, this is a lot wetter than I thought it was, so the odds of this actually not splitting when it's finished are very slim. We'll keep going on this. The thing about when you do large things like this is you can have some fun with them. Like, look at that wood, isn't that gorgeous? I said you can have some fun with them. when you go big and stuff. Yeah, as I said, this is just a piece of Leylandii. It's what we would normally consider bad wood. So you don't have to have, if you're just having some fun, you have to use good wood. Clean up any tear out here. Sand. Okay. It's a little bit of tear out. There's something here. I'm actually barely touching the wood with this because it's barely soft. And Buddy has decided to come in the side of that. Come here. This is Buddy. Daisy's big brother. And where's Daisy? Daisy, where are you? There she is. Right. Probably you've met this one before. Right, go on you. You're covered in sawdust now. He's actually rolling in the sawdust. I've stated it before. Buddy is a giant idiot. Just going to refine that shape a little bit. Make it flow a bit better. Yeah, that's not bad. Now, let's try and do something with the top of this head. So this hat's going to be a separate piece. Okay, right. Sand this and I'll be back. Okay, and we're back. Now, my apologies. It appears I didn't plug my mic in properly for the first part of this video. So what I'll do is I'll run the first part of this video through a sound enhancer, and hopefully that will sort out any sound problems. Right, so it's sanded down to 400. And this really is pretty wood. Right, now I got to sort the top out. Right. Get that off, so I'll go down to a smaller spindle gouge to get in there. And keep that tailstock support into the last possible minute, because there's a lot of leverage there. Now get rid of the tailstock. Let's take this off. There we go. Right. Now I'll just sand the top of the head. And I'll be back in a second. Right, now we part him off. I'll keep that base that I like on them. See that edge a little bit too sparky. Make sure. Check it to make sure there's no little bits of tear out. There is not. Right. Okay, now we get rid of this. There's a fair bit of size here, so you have a fair bit of force involved. So, gently does it. And don't forget your relief cuts now. You see that's starting to wobble now. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's a slight wobble after coming in that now. So hold on to it. I also want to slow that down a bit. There we go. Ooh, he's got a bit of weight. Right, so there is basically the body of the snowman. Right, there's no finish on it yet, it's just been sanded. I don't want to put any finish on it until I have the hat glued on and the eyes glued in, because I don't want the finish interfering with the glue. So we put him aside for the moment. Right. Now we'll get on with the other parts. In the chuck we have a piece of beech, rounded it off, squared up both ends, right, and we're going to use it to make the hat, right. Before I take the tailstock away, I'm going to shape some of the hat, and then I need to hollow out here a bit so it fits his head. I always kind of leave the tailstock up when I can, just for safety. There's a couple of exceptions if I'm doing a smallish bowl or something like that, I don't use it. But if I'm doing a spindle, why not? Right.
that. We'll start shaping his hat in. Big snowman needs a big hat. What I'm trying to do is get kind of a curve there, but I want there straight because I want to put a hat band on it. I want to put a ribbon hat band on it. Something like that, maybe a bit higher. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's it now. That's what I'm looking for. Finish going onto it. Okay. Now to sand that. Right, there's that sanded. Now normally if I'm doing hats, I use the sand a flat spot, glue it on a bit. But I was watching Emma, the Tiny Turner, the other night, and she had another way of doing them, which was kind of hollow the hat out a bit and make it fit to the curve of the head. So I'm just going to try that one, see how it goes. Try that on the head. A little bit deeper, I think. It does actually give you more options as to how to put the hat on. Try that again. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I think we work with that one. Right, give that a quick sanding. Now we'll paint that while it's still on the lathe, and then part it off probably be easier to do it that way. I want to make sure I don't paint where the glue is going. So I just want the outer rim of that. See? I'm not worried about there because it's going to be painted off. Now let that dry. Right then, while the hat is drying, I might as well get on with the buttons and the eyes. I have a piece of beach in here, and I'm also I'll show you the trick now that I've seen on Mike Walt's channel. So it's an old video of his. Well, the first thing I want to do is round this down. Now, this trick, right, this is the drill bit I'm going to use, right, and this is a spanner that is slightly bigger, it just about rocks, than the drill bit. What I've done is I've sharpened one edge, right, and I'm going to use that to size the dowel, right. Now that's still, I can still take more off that with a gouge, so I will. What this does is it guarantees that your dowel will fit the hole you're going to make. Just work your way along. Right. Now the sharpened bit is on the top, okay? Right, that's all the same size. Now you see there where I went too far? That's because I pointed down too much instead of going in straight. Well, that's an easy enough fix. I can just get rid of it. Right, now I don't want to part off between centres, so get that out of the way. Parting off between centres can work, but sometimes it can be a bit iffy. Now, to double check your dowel, right, get a piece of scrap wood and drill your hole in it, because you don't want this to be too tight, because you need it to glue in. And if it is too tight, just sand it down. Right, that's why you leave that little piece of a rattle in there for when you're doing the sizing, because you want to be able to sand this down so it's the exact right size. There we go. Pretty good fit. Pretty good fit there now. We have good and tight, but it will go in. Is what we want. Now to turn these into eyes and buttons. And all I'm literally going to do is round off, cut off, round off, cut off, round off, cut off. Round off. Quick sanding. And part it off. Then what I'll do is I'll paint all these black. Now, I also want to give this guy a pipe. So another little piece of each in here. Okay, so from a small cylinder, quick sanding. Part it off. Just to clean up the top. And again, don't part off between centers because it can cause a catch. And again, quick sanding. Quick guess on how long a pipe would be on the bowl part of a pipe right there. That's going to be the bowl part of the pipe. Go over there with the others. Now we need the stem part of the pipe. Basically just means turn this part thin. he says using a 1/2 inch ball gouge. Right, let me sand that. Let me part that off. What I'll do is I'll sand the 2 ends there, drill a hole in, stick that in there, and we will have a pipe. Now, I've got to wait to paint all them and wait for the paint to dry, and I'll be back then. Okay, now that the buttons are done, while they're drying off, we'll sort out the top of the hat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in these jaws, but I'm going to wrap it in some kitchen towel first to try and stop the jaws marking it. So I'll put a couple of sheets of kitchen towel on, put it in, tighten the jaws down. Bring the tailstock up. Jaws a little crank, not a lot, just a little one. Right. Then I'm going to take that down and bring the hat down a bit. Spin it up slightly. Yeah, that's holding. Now I'll just tear off the excess here. Well, some of the excess anyway. Just so that's not flying around distracting me. There you go. Now we get the top of this hat sorted out. Check what that edge looks like. Another little bit. Finish cut on it. Not a bad cut. Now we start taking this out. I want to leave as little as I can to do without tailstock support. Okay, let's pull the tailstock out of the way. That should almost just snap off now, I hope. There we go. Now we just take that down. Now we'll sand the top of the hat. Roll the edge a bit there. Just a little. Take the sharpness off it. Have a look at that. No, that finish cut isn't good enough. I'll have to do another finish cut on that because that is not good enough. It's not even close to good enough for a finish cut. Okay. That's better. There's all the noses and the pipe and stuff drying. There's the top of the hat painted. Right. Now, last but by no means least, we have to give him a nose. So we'll do that right now. We round that off and make his nose. Tailstock. Trying to get a little bit of shape into it. Like that. Now we'll sand that. Into our carrot shape. Put a little tenon on it. And we'll colour him in the same way we do the ones on the smaller snowman. And there we have one giant carrot nose. Oh, that's nice. Right, then we cut him off. So as I find out where I left the little saw. There we have his carrot nose. Okay, now we have all the parts done. Let's put this guy together. First thing we need to do is mark him out. Alright, so you pick a side that has the nicest grain, or the most snowman looking grain, which is there, I think. Kind of frames the face a bit. Right, and then I always start off with the nose. That gives you a central point. Right. Let's have a mark with an awl. So where it goes. Right. We go with the eyes. One there. So I'm just laying out the face at the moment. Does that look about right? That one might be a bit high, maybe. There. Okay, right. So put one eye there. Put one eye there. Right, pipe. There. And buttons. Right. Straight in line with the nose. One there. Excuse me if your head's getting in the way. Just lining these up. One there. And one there. Okay, that gives me the rough layout. Right, now. I'll start with the nose. Right, I'm going to drill a pilot hole with this one for all of the holes. Let's pipe it out at an angle. Now, buttons. I'm trying to go straight in with everything here. Right, okay. So the pilot hole's drilled. Now, we go for the nose first. I always like to try and put the noses in first, just to gives me a good look at where everything needs to go. And that should be the right size. There's all the parts. And there's his carrot nose. Okay, right. Now I might have to make this a little bit bigger, do I? Slightly. Right. Just need to enlarge that pipe hole slightly. Right. There's this pipe hole. Right, now we get to the fun parts, which is drilling these big holes. Right. Right then. Right. Now, so I'm just going to turn them upside down so I can get the angles a bit better on them. I don't need them all that deep, but you see that tear out? I'm trying to avoid that, and it's not working. I'm tearing at his eyes badly. I'll have to disguise that somehow. Yeah, we'll disguise that somehow. Right. Right, the eyes are easy enough to disguise, but the buttons are not going to be, so I'll just keep stepping up in drill bits until I get to that size. Okay, now we got all those tears disguised easy enough. Right, now I'll just check the size of the buttons for starters, that they go in. They will. Right. Now I just got to fix those turrets. That's the one thing about working with Leylandii. It's really soft. And when you drill it, this happens sometimes. You got to do some repairs. You see that every one of them is torn out. And could be a combination of things, but I'd say it has something to do with the Leylandii being so soft. Right, now let's get these eyes in, and then I can fill those with CA and dust from the Leylandii. Right, right. Use the rubber side of a screwdriver just to tap it in. one. Probably easier if I glue the inside of the hole. Less messy. Then we fix those turrets. Right. With sawdust and CA. That tear out around the eyes. This will probably end up in the fireplace, because that's not good. But I'll just keep going just to finish it. I don't like starting something and not finishing it. Especially when I've got this far. But you'll get the idea. Ouch. Right. It was a combination of probably the drill not being fast enough. I suppose I should really have used an electric drill rather than a battery one. And possibly being not stepping up the drill bits enough. Not going up like a size and then another size and then another size, that kind of thing. So possibly the drill not being fast enough. The drill bit being too big and me being in too much of a rush. Try and get this video out. But we live and learn. So we do. Right. Now I'm going to try and hand sand them a little bit, just to try and make them look a little bit better. They have looked the way they were supposed to look, but I'll be back in a minute after I hand sand them. Right, that's probably some of the worst repairs in history, but as I said, this one is now destined for, well, put it this way, it will never go for sale. But we'll finish him off anyway. Right, let's glue his nose in. Right. Yeah. So it serves me right for rushing. No, actually. Right. And let's glue his pipe in. And now his hat. Yeah, those eyes are terrible. Yeah, he's definitely not going. I don't know where this guy's going to end up, but it certainly will not be for sale. He's terrible. As I said at the start, the idea of this video was to have a bit of fun, and the technique I wanted to show you was that one from Mike Walt. about getting the a dowel, getting a lot of dowels the same size. Give me a jaunty little hat. And I do like this this method that Emma, the tiny toner, showed the other day for doing these hats. The divot in the middle, it gives you more of a range. Where I always used to do them with a spigot, stand a flat spot in the snowman's head and put a little spigot on it. But this one is better, I think. Right. Okay. Those eyes are terrible, definitely. He is not going for sale. He's going to end up in the fire, I'd say. Because I don't let stuff like that come out of the workshop. But we'll finish him off anyway. Right, with a coat of Danish oil. Right. Get him over there out of the way. Cover the lathe. And we'll put a coat of Danish oil on them. And then what I'll do is I'll put up some pictures, some stills, when the Danish oil dries off, and before it goes into the fire.